Hello and welcome to a Christmas video, yay! In this video we are going to be making a snow globe. How cool is that? I'll show you this one. So you're going to make your own little figurines inside and then I'll show you how to do it. So this is what you need. First off, you need a jam jar. Can be any old jam jar, just make sure it's clean. You need some cleaning products to clean the jam jar with. So I've got some kitchen cleaner and some kitchen roll. You need some polymer clay. Really easy to buy just off Amazon. So I've got lots and lots of different colours here. You need some really strong glue, so like some super glue or a glue gun. If you're using a glue gun, be very, very careful because it gets very hot. Some glitter, or you could use fake snow. You need glycerin, and that just thickens up the water so that the glitter doesn't all fall straight to the bottom straight away. You need some water. I've got some water in a jug here, and a little measuring tablespoon. You will need some kitchen foil and a baking tray. Okay? So run and get all those things and come back and join me because the first thing we're going to do is clean the jam jar. So here we go. All you want to do, get a bit of kitchen roll. I mean, you'll be experts at cleaning, won't you? A few sprays. You can clean it however you think is better for you. It's quite tricky to get in the bottom of a jam jar, isn't it? My fingers aren't long enough. Make sure you do the outside as well so it's nice and clean. Now I've got some bubbles in there. So I'm going to get another bit of kitchen roll. Oh dear, end of the kitchen roll. And I'm just going to give it a dry. There we go. Nice and clean. Pop the lid on and then pop it aside. Ooh, if you come to the end of your kitchen roll, keep it because there's lots of other crafts that you can do with a kitchen roll tube. Okay. Next up, we're going to make some little figurines. So in this one, I've got a little Rudolph. Can you see him? There he is. Oh, I've also got a penguin. And I've got a snowman. And I've also got a present. So you can make these just to sit around your house. It's dead easy. Or you can make them to go in your snow globe. So first up, I'm going to make a penguin. I'll show you how to make the penguin first. So you want some black clay. There we go. And I'm just going to use that and I'm going to roll it. Roll it, roll it, roll it in your hands until it becomes a little bit softer. Right, I've got a nice ball. There we go, I've got a nice ball. And all I'm going to do is roll it on the table. There we go. And make a little bit of that shape there. Okay. Now one end needs to be slightly smaller than the other. Oh, I've got a bit of glitter stuck in there. It's fun, isn't it? Here we go. Something like that. So it's a little bit fatter on the bottom and a little bit smaller on the top. And we're just going to sit in there for a little bit. Now I'm going to get a little bit of white. Now I've got these fancy little cutters that came with my polymer clay. I'm going to take this one. They're not sharp, they're just plastic. A little tiny bit. A little bit goes a really long way. It's really good. So again, I'm going to roll it in my hands. Make it nice and soft. Some colours go softer a lot quicker than others. And all I'm going to do now is I'm going to squidge it on the table and make it nice and flat. And we want to make this kind of shape here for his little bib. Peel it off. And now, oh, he fell over. I'm just going to stick that on there and I'm going to make it into a little rectangle. There we go. So it's stuck on nice. And then we're going to lift these two corners up a little bit. I have to be quite careful with this because the white mixes in with the black a little bit. The white can look a little bit mucky. So that's why mine looks a little bit mucky on this one. So, okay, there we go. This is a whistle-stop tour, by the way. You could spend all the time that you want. So we've got this little fella. Now you need some more black, and we're going to make some wings. If you forgot to save some black, you can probably just do a little flick out like that. There we go. You see that? And on the other side, so we're just going to pinch and then flatten his bottom again. There we go. Now he needs a beak, doesn't he? And then his beak and feet, and he's done. How quick was that? So a little bit of orange. Again, you only need the tiniest bit. So a little bit of orange. Here we go, roly, roly, roly. And what you're going to do this time, you're just going to make a little circle. So I've got it in a roll, in a ball. I'm going to press it down, and you want to do 3 triangles. So I've got 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so 1 is his beak. So we're just going to stick that beak on there like that. There we go. And then the others are his feet. So we've got the triangles. And what you want to do, you want to make some little toes. So again, if you've got one of these little things, you can make little indents. Can you see that? Little indents. So it's got little toes, and the same on the other one. Whoop, whoop. There we go. Whoop. A little bit fiddly, but if you've got lots and lots of clay, then you can make these as big as you want, as long as they fit in your jam jar. And then you're just gonna sit him on his feet, and they stick perfectly like that. We've got our first little creature. We've got a little penguin. So, in your clay packet, it'll come with instructions on how it dries out. Mine need a little bit of heat. So, we're going to pop it in the oven on 120 for about 20 minutes. So it's quite a low temperature, and they're not very long, but they will then need cooling time. So I'll make the other ones. I'm gonna pop him on my baking tray there, ready to go in the oven with the others. Are you ready to make their snowman? Here he is, little fella. You can choose your colour of your hat, but you will need some white clay. You will need colourful clay for hat and scarf. You will need some either brown or black for his eyes and his buttons, and some orange for his nose. Okay, are you ready? Here we go. It's just like making a proper snowman. It's great. So you want some white clay here. I've got a little bit. I'm going to roll it, roll it, roll it, and we're going to split it into 2. So you want a little bit and a big bit. So I'm just going to go like that. And so we've got 2 balls. Now, if you're really clever, you could do 2 hands and roll it at the same time, or you could just go like that. So I've got 1 ball. Here we go. And then I've got another ball. Rolly, rolly. Again, you can do it on the table if you want to, if you find it hard. Easier, or you can do it with a partner. Here we go, and I've got another ball. So my 2 balls, and put the smallest one on top of the other one. There we go, and we've got ourselves the workings of a snowman. Okay, we're going to make the eyes and the buttons now. So I've got my bit of brown. Can you see that? It's a tiny, tiny, tiny bit. I'm going to make a little sausage. There we go. Nice little sausage. And I'm going to cut that sausage into 5 because we've got 2 eyes and 3 buttons. So that makes 5. Okay, here we go. 1, and I need to move it off. 2, 3, oh. And then the last bit into 2, 4, 5. And we're going to make little tiny balls. Now this is quite tricky. You just want 1 finger, and you want to roll it in the palm of your hand, and you get a perfect little ball. We're going to do that 5 times. Here we go. 1, 2, we've got Oh, that's not quite a ball shape. 3. Now, if you find this really tricky, can you use someone else's hand and use your finger, and you can work as a team? The palm is really good because it's quite curved. If you did it on the table, flat surface, you might end up with squash balls, which is not what we want. So, let's do eyes first. One eye and the other eye. Do they look okay? And then some little buttons. 1, 2, 3. Oh, you might need to press them in quite hard so they stick. Then you might have to do a little reshaping of his body again to make him nice and round. There we go. I think he needs a nose now. What do you think? Shall we have a nose? Let's get a nose. So my snowman is going to have a carrot for a nose, so I need the tiniest bit of orange. And when I say tiny, I'm going to use that much. What? So again, we're going to roll it in our hands. Ooh. Get a circle first, make it nice and warm. I'm going to lengthen it a little bit. Woo. There we go. What do you think to that as a carrot for a nose? Can you see that? It's tiny, isn't it? And then we're just going to bop it on. There we go. He's got a little nose. Hat and scarf time now. So I'm going to use some pink. Whoop. And you need 2 blobs. One quite small, because that's going to be, you see on this example, that's going to be this bit. And then you need a bigger blob, which is going to be the top of his hat. So I'm going to start off by making, I've got that much. Okay, and I'm going to just take a tiny little bit off that. And this is for the base of his hat, this bit here. Okay, so I'm going to roll it. Roll it, roll it, roll it, make it nice and soft. And then when I've got a perfect little ball, I'm going to pop it on the table and I'm just going to squish it down. And we're going to, oops, mine's not quite warm enough. It's cracking. So I'm going to squish it, squish it, squish it, squish it. And that's going to make a bigger circle. Oh no, oh, and then it might happen like that. It might mean that you need a little bit bigger. So I'm going to get a bit more and I'm going to warm it up even more. Ooh, so squish it, squish it, squish it in your fingers. Do it with a partner if you need to. There we go, that's a bit of a better ball, isn't it? Squish, squish, squish. Got a ball. And now I'm going to squish. Squish, squish, squish. Yeah, look, that's better. And we've got the base of our hat. And you might want to get your little knife and try and peel it off the table. There we go. Oh no, it's broken again. Oh no, oh no. Stick it all back together. Yours will be much better than mine because I'm doing mine in a little bit of a rush. There we go. Right, we've got some kind of base of a hat. So we can pop him on the snowman like that. And then this bit, again, get it nice and warm in your hands. And you want to make, oh, you don't want to make that shape. You want to make a ball again. Once you've got a ball, you want to squish it a little bit in your fingers. And then you want to get that bit. You want the top and the bottom nice and flat. And then the other side's nice and round. So you can make a really tall hat if you wanted. Or a nice short one. So this one's got a little bit tall and then we're going to pop it on the top there. There we go, it's a bit wonky. When you spend a bit more time on it, you'll be much better at it. Okay, now for the scarf. Again, a bit of pink. Ugh. You could have different colours. You could have a pink scarf and a red hat. Any colours you want. Make them really bright if you want to. So we've got our warmed up pink. This is what I'm going to use. I'm going to make a really long sausage. So pop it on the table and just roll it. Rolly, rolly. There we go. Rolly, 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 rolly. Ooh. So you want to be quite careful that you don't squash it, otherwise it'll stick to the table. Okay, rolly, rolly. And the more you roll it, the thinner it'll get and the longer it'll get. There we go. Do you think that's a long enough scarf? I'm going to get Mr. Snowman here, or Mrs. Snowman. And, oh, it's fallen over. I'm going to wrap the scarf around just like you would on yourself and stick it down. There we go. We've got a little snowman. So, with our penguin, who hasn't been baked yet, we're going to pop him in the baking tray on the foil. And they can sit next to each other. There we go. Now, shall we make a present? What do you think? Let's make a present. Really easy, this one. Again, you can choose any colour present. I've gone for the Christmassy colours of Christmas. Red and green. This is really easy. So we want... Oh, peel off all the plastic. I'm going to use all of this green. Whoa, how big is the present going to be? I'm going to squish it, squish it, squish it, get it nice and warm. Roll it in your hands. Ooh. How does it feel? Is it sticky? Is it warm? Is it cold? Is it smooth? Have a really good feel of it. Right, so you want a nice ball. Here we go. And you know how we did with the snowman hat? I'm just going to press down. You could use a flat surface for this. Press down to make it into a bit of a square. So you can change the size so you get nice and bit flat bits. Keep turning it and squishing it. Now you can spend as long as you want on this to get really nice sharp corners. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Does anyone else sing whilst they're working? Ooh, are you listening to some Christmas music as you do this? Ooh, ooh, ooh. There we go, she's singing again. Here we go. I've got a bit of a cube there. Okay, so now we're going to make the little ribbon. So you ready? Get it nice and warm. And you're going to make that sausage again. So get your ball, pop it on the table. You're just going to roll it in your fingers. Go from side to side. You can spread out your fingers. This is a really good way of using all those little fine motor skills. Oh! And have you got a sausage yet? Have you got a really long one? There we go. Oh. Right, now you're going to get your cube. And you're going to drape it from one side to the other. Squidge it down. Squidge, squidge, squidge. Whoop. Okay, I'm unstuck. It keeps coming unstuck. And then you're just going to chop it off at the end there. And then you can tuck those bits underneath. Make sure it's nice, straight. Okay, I'm going to do the same for the other bit. Ooh, make it nice and long and thin. Drape it over one end. And then over to the other side. Look at that, just enough. And then squidge it down so it doesn't come unstuck. Oh, we've got a wobble. To wobble. But that's okay. Here we go. But he needs a little bow, doesn't he? So you could use another colour again. That would be exciting, but I'm just going to stick to red. I didn't get quite enough on my sausage, so a little bit here. Make it nice and warm. Squidge it into a ball. Here we go. Make the sausage with a finger. There we go. Nice little sausage. Then you want to make 2 loops with your bow. Okay. So we're just going to curl it round. Whoop. Just like that. That's one. And then you're going to curl it round again. Mine's stuck to each other. Oh no. Again, you guys take your time on this. I am just rushing it a little bit. There we go. It's not as pretty as the first one. But then we're going to stick it on like that. Oh, but if you take your time, you can get it to look like that. Okay. Right, and now we're going to pop it in our baking tray on our foil next to the other ones. And now these are going to go into the oven according to your instructions. So mine say at 120 degrees for about 20 minutes, but it all depends on the size. So it might need a little bit longer. So get someone to help you with that. Mine also says that you can use a hairdryer to dry them. But you might be sat there with a hairdryer for quite a long time. So depends how much time you've got. Right, we're going to do a Blue Peter moment and pretend that we've got these out of the oven and they're nice and cool to touch so you can pick them up and touch them. Next thing you want to do is you want the jam jar. This is the fun bit. Okay. You want your lid and you also want something really, really sticky. So I'm going to use a glue gun here. This is my glue gun. But that gets very, very, very hot. So I'm going to be really, really, really careful. So where's this one gone? Here we go. As you might be able to see from here, it's sitting on a little base. So you need to make a little base. And this is where your kitchen roll comes in. We're going to get a bit of kitchen roll. It might be a loud noise. And all you're going to do is scrunch it up into a nice ball. Oh, that's satisfying. There we go, nice ball. And you want to make sure that it's going to sit in your lid like that. Okay, have we got that? Now, you get to choose a colour of clay to wrap around your silver ball. So I'm going to go for blue because I think I might put my penguin in this one. So again, whoa, squidge it up, squidge, squidge, squidge. Roly, roly, roly. And then when it's nice and warm, you want to make a disc. So using your table or your tray, whatever you're using, make it nice and flat. You can use your fingers to spread it around. That make a nice disc. And the aim is to cover your little disc here of foil. Keep pulling it. So again, I'm doing mine really, really, really quick. You could use a rolling pin. That might be quite fun. You want to make sure that all of your, I've done a terrible job at that. All of your foil is completely covered. Ooh. So you want to push it on, fix the gaps. There we go. That will do for me, I think. So we've got a nice little base for your little figure to stand on. So you want to make sure you've got a nice flat top, as flat as you can get it. And now you get your glue, whatever glue you're going to use. Be very careful because it needs to be super sticky. And whoa, pop that on there like that. So it's nicely full of glue. And then just squidge that on there. And then just wait a little minute until it's dry. So it wants to be really, really, really stable. Okay. And now you choose your figurine. I'm going to have a penguin, I think. He looks quite cool, doesn't he? On his little ice. Yeah. Okay. Same again. Being really careful with the glue. Might need someone to help. Put plenty of glue on the bottom there. And then stick him down. Okay, just like that. Fabulous. So, I'm just going to put him to one side, pop him over here, wait for him to dry. And this where you need your jam jar, your glycerin, and your water. And glitter. So what you're going to do is you're going to get your tablespoon that we mentioned earlier. Get your tablespoon, and you want to measure about 1 tablespoon. Ooh, it's quite thick, isn't it? And pop it in your jar. Okay, make sure it all drips out. So we're going to make a speech. And then you want to fill the rest up so you can pour the water into your tablespoon. There we go. Makes a nice sound, doesn't it? So you want to put about that much in. That's a good job, because I'm going to have to. You don't want to fill it all the way to the top, because when you put your little figurine in, it'll overflow. Okay, so now get your spoon. Give it a nice mix up. So the glycerin makes the water a little bit thicker, so that when you put your glitter or your fake snow in, it won't just all suddenly fall to the bottom. Okay, now I'm going to get some glitter and I'm just going to go wild. I'm just going to pour it in. What? So how much glitter you use is completely up to you. Okay, now the moment of truth. The taste test. Not the taste test. That's silly, isn't it? It's not a taste test. Right, you've got your penguin. Just tip him upside down. He's not going anywhere. Give him a little bit of a wiggle. But maybe put your hand underneath, just in case. Okay. He is firmly stuck on. We're going to screw him on. Make sure it's nice and tight. Give it all a little bit of a shake. Tip him upside down. There we have it. You've made your own snow globe. Well done. Now, if you make your own snow globe, let us know. Send us pictures and videos. We love to see what you create. Have fun making a snow globe.